y'all online outnumber us by a lot, but we are gathered today to celebrate your contribution, your work, your learning, sharing, teaching, and award the highest score, the 3 highest scoring teams of the 18 who finished AIR this year. 18 is a big number. So we're here, Celia and I, what did I do? You added a slide, just go down to this one. Celia and I are here to welcome you. My friend Celia Hughes is the executive director of ArtSpark Texas. Celia, say hello.
Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to be here. As Sharon said, I'm the executive director of an arts organization here in Austin that serves people with disabilities. I've been a long-time supporter of AIR. We were in the very first AIR competition.
Actually, Celia's being modest about being in. They were the first place winners of the very first. Her nonprofit had a team that I think they were from Dell. And
no, they were librarians.
They were librarians. That's right.
They were librarians.
And one of the people who was on the board of ArtSpark Texas was blind, and he helped the team and advised them the whole time that they were working. And at the time when the judges were gathered to make their decision, one of the other teams came in and said, "Hey, that team's cheating. They have a blind guy on their team." So we kind of said, you know, you might take a page from that book and get some blind people on your team. They're very helpful when it comes to accessibility. And I think that it's continued that way since. Now,
well, back in the day, that first one, everything had to be done in one day. And so it was a very, you know,
the internet was a simpler place then, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was rigorous. It was rigorous because you know, nobody ate, and they were relentless because you had to turn it in within a, I don't know, 8-hour period.
It was an 8-hour period, but they had 2 weeks in advance to prepare.
Yeah, but you know how that goes.
But then the sprint was that 8-hour coding sprint. So my job here tonight is to thank all of you, first of all, for all you did, and our sponsors. This year, our sponsors were from Microsoft, SZS Engineering, Humanitix, Watermark, and Monkey Boy. And y'all who were here in Austin might remember that Monkey Boy hosted our kickoff party as well. So we can't do it without the underwriting of those sponsors, and we really, really appreciate their support. I have another group to thank. Every year we have a small group who are the planning committee. They kind of help with the recruiting and the outreach and how to manage all the logistics. There are a lot of moving parts when you have an accessibility internet rally. And this advisory board consisted of Aaron Bramwell, Rob Carr, who was also the lead judge, Jen Emmerich Caton, who we're going to hear from in a little while, Jillian Fortin, Burt Nett, who some of you might remember as former staff, Nadita Gupta, Jan McSorley. Then with their help, we put all these pieces together, and y'all came to help out, and we made 18 accessible websites for nonprofit organizations. And of course, the staff, Mark Borden, and Emma Reeves were very important in putting all of this together. I'm going to let Celia, is this your, this
no,
is your,
sure. Why don't you give us an overview of how AIR works?
Oh, well, I think everyone here probably knows a lot about how it works. Teams of web developers. And you know, when we started, it was mostly company teams. Like I said, wasn't it Dell? And Celia said, no, it was librarians. They were from the Texas State Library. But entire groups of people who already were on teams would come together and volunteer. So we'd had teams from Dell, teams from IBM, teams from a lot of the big tech companies. And these days, it's a lot more independent people. We've got people who volunteer as independents, and we have to put them together as teams. And it's been a very interesting challenge to do that. because the skills sometimes overlap and sometimes don't. So the teams of developers meet the nonprofit organizations who we call the clients, and they are matched up with a mentor who helps them, guides them, and really makes their accessibility journey a little more navigable, I hope. And that's an important group of people that, aren't you going to introduce the
I'm going
mentors?
to do that.
Yes, okay.
I'm following the script.
Okay, thank you. You're so much better than I am.
I come from the, from the media world, and so I go by scripts, but it's good. It's all good. So today we are really grateful for the 2024 mentors who were co-led by Paul, Adam, and Jan McSorley.
Some of the teams had one mentor, some had two mentors, and some of the mentors were like halfway around the world. I was really impressed by the way that people had to manage their time together, because the mentors were often pretty far away. Hi, welcome.
Come on in. So Sharon has given me the honor of reading off all of the names of the mentors. So I will do my noble best here. Ahmed Abdeladi, Shabir Ahmad, MG Alam, Sarji Bala, Danielle Barcena, Joe Burkhart, Sumner Davenport, Pooja Goti, Ashank Gupta, Dan Holbrook, Marianne Jalali, Satyas Kumar, Christopher Land, Rachna Madhani, Navisha Marasha, Sabya, here it goes, Sabya Achi Makfi, Long Nguyen, Stephanie Pratt, Daniel Randall, Mona Reiki, Rajavendra Satish, Chan Sutana, Manji Sharma, Michael Smith, Sarah Tembley, Sandeep Tirumangalam, Natalie Tucker, and Shin Yu.
And I know that's a lot to do, but I just like to say people's names out loud for the work that they did and acknowledge how much it matters. It really makes a difference for the teams. You know, when Celia told you about, we were all together at one time, we would get together in a training center and we'd bring tacos in the morning and try to keep people fed and give them stuff to drink. And, you know, it was a hectic day, but everybody was in the same place and the judges were there. And if somebody had a question while they were working, they could go talk to the judges and get things unraveled. And when we started doing it in this distributed way during COVID, and maybe a couple of years even before COVID, we had started doing it in this distributed way. We realized that that function of being able to talk to the judges was really part of how people learn and really made that connection to how to do this right. And so the idea of giving each team a mentor came up. And what did y'all think? Was that helpful to have a mentor? Yeah, heads in this room are nodding and nodding. And I hope y'all at online feel that same way, because that I think sometimes that the mentors really make a huge difference in the way that the teams come to an understanding of what the goals are and how to best achieve them. So thank you all.
I want to say that the mentors are meant to guide and support the teams, but they can't make you win. They can only give you hints, and they can't do the coding. They can't do any of that. So it's a fine line. And I think Jan has come forward to talk a little bit about that.
No, I was just gonna do a special shout out for Sumner for stepping up and doing a special training on WordPress.
You have to get next to the mic.
Yeah. She has a slide later on coming up.
So for those of you who are giving a special shout out to Sumner, Jan's being shy today, so she's not gonna talk.
Yeah, those who know her find that really hard to believe. So Rob Carr, is Rob Carr online? Rob's gonna talk about his judges. He was the lead judge and he has been the lead judge for several years now and he does a fine job of it. So Rob, do you want me to read off everyone's names or are you gonna do it or? Are you gonna be shy too? Is he there?
He's eating dinner.
Okay, well, I'll start reading. And then if Rob comes on to give his 2 cents. Crystal Baker, Gokhan Boybeck, Kimberly Cannon, Amy Carney, Gigi Etienne, Wilco Fears, Elena Fust, Luis Garcia, Ananya Kasahun, Julianne King right here in the room, Joni Miser, Christine Newber, John Northrup. John's been doing it for a few years too. Thomas Patinod, Lewis Phillips, another veteran, Lissa Prince, veteran, Adam Thielen, Kirsten Thomas. These were your judges. These are the ones who decided the fate of Air.
Can you all hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Excellent. Very good. Well, Sharon, thanks for covering for my audio difficulties there and reading through the judges. You know, it's a competition, right? And we have to have judges there to determine a winner. The work is relatively compressed for the judges. They basically have, or they do have from the time the sites are turned in, about a month to turn over judging. We ask judges to judge a couple of sites each. And one of the things that I've always really loved about it, as with everything that Knowbility does, there's an opportunity to help to build community because each one of the judges gets paired up with another one. And we always have a good mix of judges who are brand new and judges who are, like Sharon said, veterans. And we can link these folks up. And it's a small project, relatively speaking, in terms of the big picture, but it is a good opportunity, I think, to make that connection. And one of the things that we take really seriously too on the judging side is our little bit of the teaching piece. The whole point of the exercise, in addition to being a competition, I'd say even before that, is to help designers and developers fold accessibility into their work. And so in the judging, it's not just a matter of taking a red marker to the sites and marking things wrong. We really lean on judges to provide feedback so that when they find something that's not as good as it can be or something that a team has overlooked, we want to be sure that that's in the judging form. There's a form, there's a process. We try to keep it as consistent as we can. And again, this is a way to reinforce and maybe to help a little bit to teach more than even the mentors were able to do, because we see the final product and can really add on to what the mentors have been doing. So this is a great event. It's been a thrill and a joy to be a part of it in different roles over the years. This year's lead judge with this great group of judges who have been so fantastic and so instrumental in making sure that tonight we can announce a winner. So thank you to everybody at Knowbility. Thank you to all of the judges for their work. And I will get out of the way because I'm one less person between everyone and knowing who won.
Thank you, Rob.
So we couldn't do this without our nonprofit clients. And so going to read them all because they they had to do a lot of work behind the scenes, coming up with copy and photos and ideas and coffee and donuts and all kinds of things. So we have A Spacious Place, Camp Possibilities, Carol's Kindness, Cap Mat, DBA, Deafblind Youth Engagement and Advocacy, Disability Law Colorado,
Ethy,
thank you.
one of our artists.
Okay, Fiesta for the Mind, Iris Music Project, Northern Virginia Resource Center for Deaf and Hard of Hearing Persons, Open Door Theater, the Permanent Legacy Foundation, Restoration Art Center, San Diego Accessibility and Inclusive Design, Think Outside the Box, Trinity Church of Austin, University Hills Neighborhood Association, and the Windsor Park Neighborhood Association. Woo!
Y'all, how great is that? That all these nonprofit organizations that give so much to our communities receive this gift from you of making their websites more accessible. I just think it's really, really wonderful. And I just add to Celia's thanks to the nonprofits, because I know how busy you all are. And to take the time and to take the care to make sure that your websites are more accessible is really outstanding. So, you know, we're gonna name three winners, but I feel like all of us and our communities are winners at when this program wraps up. So thanks again.
Absolutely.
Yes. I think another thing for the nonprofits is that, you know, people think that websites appear magically. That if they, you know, they're like, oh, how hard could it be? And so I think helping people understand how much work goes into it and the thought that has to go into it and all of that is a real gift to nonprofit organizations to really understand the value of their online media presence, their website, and how you can help them do that better and really learn that. I think that's one of the greatest assets for a nonprofit, in my humble opinion.
As
So
the leader of a nonprofit.
who's entered 4 air competitions. So you know, from the beginning to just the last couple of years, every time I need a website or somebody needs a website, I'm like, you should talk to Nobility.
Oh, is it time to sign up for air yet? Is it that time of the year?
So the teams this year are 2023 teams. The A11Y Collective, the A11Y Conductors, the A11Y Toppers, the A11Y Force,
Hey, there's a theme.
the A11Y Avengers. And then there's Air on Fleet. There's Agent A11Y, A11Y. There's M11 Goes.
I think that's Amigo.
Amigos, but they got their 11 in there. I gotta get that. I gotta give them that. Anthology Accessibility Advocates, or A3, ATX Access Allies, Rooted in Accessibility, Small Yet Mighty A11Es, or Allies. All right, this one gets me. Tiali Penguins.
Look it up.
The Penguins, okay, the Mighty Penguins. Team Gaia, Tenacious, Tardigrades, UXSA members, UXSA, that's
Well,
San
that's
Antonio.
that's
Antonio.
usability. Was it a user
User
experience, San Antonio?
Okay,
UX.
user experience San Antonio members, and win for Windsor. And I want to say that all of the slides that you saw at the beginning while you were waiting for us was those websites. And so the way it was organized is the first slide, the first picture was of the website that they had going in to the competition and the website they had coming out of the competition.
Right. And we'll see them again after we give the awards. We'll just keep running those around so we can look at them again, because not everybody was here when we were doing that. I did want to give really special shout out to the people who did the training. Becky Gibson has been doing trainings for AIR for many, many years. And she's, for those of you who don't know her, she was an IBM accessibility expert for many years. She worked for Nobility for a short time. She's been active at the W3C, and she was actually on the team that wrote the ARIA guidelines at the W3C. She's just a brilliant practitioner. And outside of that, I think even more rare, she's a really, really good teacher. So for those of you who attended Becky's training, I think she talks about accessibility with the clarity that I think is pretty rare, and I'm always grateful for her effort. But this year also, Sumner Davenport stepped up because so many of us were using WordPress, and Becky's training is very general. It's not specific to WordPress. And Sumner was one of the mentors, but she started getting questions and questions and questions. And she called me one day and she said, Sharon, how about if I just do a WordPress training for, accessibility in WordPress? And she did, and man, she just knocked it out of the park. She did such a great job. So I just wanted to give a special recognition to Sumner and to Becky for the training that they did for AIR.
All right, so now comes where I show you the certificate of what you're all going to receive. So imagine a certificate.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
There it is.
So it's certificate of AIR participation as presented to, your name goes here. To recognize outstanding volunteer effort as and I'm assuming that it fills.
Yeah,
in
we
what
would
they're-
just choose, we
Yeah.
would just choose whichever of those.
So trainer,
roles you had.
mentor, judge, team member in the 2023 Accessibility Internet Rally AIR. 18 nonprofit websites serving community needs were made more accessible as a result of their contribution to the collaborative teaching, learning, and applying of digital accessibility skills in the 2023 AIR program. Signed by Sharon with a little rocket down in the corner.
So how that all is gonna work is that those are just gonna come to you all. You don't have to do anything. Mark's gonna send them all out after we wrap up tonight, and a lot of people have used them for any of that food you can put on our tab, right? All the food can go, it's just the drinks. Well, she has to know that because I'm sorry to interrupt, but anyway.
Use them for.
Yeah, he's gonna
You
mail
use them for,
yeah.
yeah, he's gonna mail them. The IAAP accepts this as continuing education credit. So that's really a very valuable side effect of work of being an AIR. If you're an IAAP member or if you have a certification, this can work as your continuing education. And then also, of course, I think you just hang it on the wall and say, see, see what I did? So your bragging rights. And then we have something new this year. We have these LinkedIn badges, and I think Jen's online, and she did the research to say how these are gonna work and how we get them. So,
Yeah, I am here.
oh, we didn't insert our link. We have a form.
The link will go out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll send you
Oh,
the link.
Complete the form and insert link. Oh, that's fun.
Okay, so we'll send the link, and you just have to complete this form that says, all your stuff, and then you'll get one of these badges. And Jen, how does it work to get it on your LinkedIn profile?
So it's you'll want to put it under the part of the profile where either the certificates go or the honors and awards. So I think you do have an option kind of how you want to display this. So if you maybe are first, second, third place, and you do want to also put it under the awards, you can put it there as well. You really only just need to, and we'll give you a walkthrough, but you'll enter the name of the organization. So you'll say Knowbility is presenting this. It was through their organization, the name of the award, and then upload the graphic that we send you. So it's really simple, and it's something you guys can actually do at any point. And we're going to send them some instructions, right, Sharon? Like just a walkthrough?
Yeah. Once
Okay.
they fill out the form, but they have to fill out the form first. That's the,
Yeah.
This is one where you actually have to do something. The certificate you're gonna get whether you want it or not. But the badges, you have to fill out that form.
Yeah, it's very simple process. So we'll give an easy walkthrough.
And now yes, we know. And our tradition is to start with the third place winner. And here it is. The third place winner is Team Gaia.
for the Northern Virginia Research Center for Deaf and Hard of Hearing Persons.
Team Gaia, anybody on Team Gaia want to say a few words about your fabulous experience?
I'll speak for Team Gaia. I guess I think I'm the only one here from the team.
Well,
But we were just thank you. Thank you very much. We were just really, really grateful to work with such an amazing nonprofit this year. The NVRC, or the Northern Virginia Resource Center for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing persons, is just a wonderful, wonderful nonprofit to work with. They, like, anytime I had any requests or questions, I'd ask Eileen, who is also here, by the way. Maybe we should get her to say a word or two. But I'd ask her, and she'd be back to me like in no time. It was really wonderful. I don't know, Eileen, do you want to say a few words? Maybe not. But anyhow, just really,
she's
really.
she's coming on too.
Oh, great.
Minute to turn your camera on. Put down your turkey stick.
Yeah, this is Eileen here. I just wanted to say that we really appreciated working with your group and all the work that you did for us. And also, we didn't have a lot of funding for this training. So we really appreciated that you were teaching us this, and it wasn't out of pocket. So we really look forward to making more changes in the future and implementing what you've put into already designed and making that live. And, also just as a reminder, Assel, are you here? Assel? Is there Assel here? Are they able to put their
Oh,
camera?
the ASL interpreters, that's what he's looking for.
Should be
That's him.
up there.
Yes, that was
No,
him.
that was the ASL interpreter.
Right, but he was reading.
No, Asil is somebody else at the organization. I don't see.
Someone
I don't
else.
think they're here.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
seeing it.
Oh,
the
they
list.
they're on.
Oh, there
also,
they are.
sorry.
Okay, I'm
There
here.
they are. It's a
Just one
big room.
moment, the interpreter is gonna switch over. Okay, perfect. Go ahead. Hi, thank you so much. This is Asil. Thank you so much for Deneve and all the members of the team who worked so hard. I learned a lot from all of you, so I just wanted to tell you how much I appreciated that.
It was fun.
This is Eileen here. Yeah, so thank you so much for that. It was a real great experience. Thank you so much.
Okay, that was our third place winner. Congratulations, Team Gaia and Northern Virginia Resource Center. Celia, who's second place winner? UXSA.
Yeah, but I had another name, right? All right, second place UXSA members for Trinity Church of Austin.
Anybody in the room or online who can?
Adrian Palmer is online. I'm hoping she can come off mute.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. This is great news. We also I believe Pastor Chelsea is also online as well. Is she?
I am, but Adrian, you speak. You're the best. Adrian wins. I talk enough.
It's not about me. We had a really great team. I'm so very, very proud of them, especially the majority of the team were newbies. Watching them learning how to do learning about accessibility, their passion, doing the usability test with a blind user was absolutely, in my 20 years career, I have never seen such amazing user validation. Really, really proud of them. They really did their homework. We met, I believe, Richard one of our other members calculated, I think we spent something like 200 hours as a team, and they really took charge. They really stepped up, and I'm just so absolutely proud of them. Pastor Chelsea is amazing. She was with us every step of the way, and she gave such amazing feedback, and she was so kind and supportive, and you could just see the confidence building in the team members, and they are going to go on and do great things, and this is a great opportunity for them to have something shippable. So really just wanted to thank everybody and thank Knowability for allowing us to do this and allowing people to enter and transition into design and development from non-traditional backgrounds and have a fighting chance to get employment. So I'm so proud of them. Thank you so much. That's all I have to say.
Oh, thank you. Can we show the folks at home what the awards look like?
Just
What do we do?
have the camera there.
Can you see it?
And help if it's a photo camera.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know where the camera was.
So that's what every member of the team gets a plaque
With their name
with
on it.
their name on it. Because the teams were so distributed, they weren't company teams where we could just give Dell the bowling trophy kind of award. We did this instead. So everyone who was on a team will have a plaque with their name on it.
And now the moment. So the first place winner, the A11Y Avengers for the DBI, Deafblind Youth Engagement and Advocacy.
Wow.
Wow is right. That's all.
Wow. Y'all, scared of you.
So we have a couple team, we were a small team. There was only 4 of us. And Stephanie and Jay are both also on the call today. I don't think Carmina's on the call, but this was, it was like the most amazing experience to work with this like small team, one front-end developer, one back-end developer. Steffi and I kind of tag teamed on UX, but because we were small, we had to do our own QA, working with, I agree with the previous team that having the blind tester was an incredible experience, and we all were just learned so much about it. And I feel like I just I didn't dress up like on the red carpet. I have my robe on. I should have, so I don't have my camera on. Wow. I now know what they feel like when they say I didn't have anything written, because now I get that.
Well, you did great for having nothing written. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And working with our client Amy was just incredible to work with. So giving with her time, and our mentor, and it was just an amazing experience all in all. So thank you so much.
Well, now that several of you have mentioned what it was like to work with the usability tester and having a blind user and having those user studies, I'd like y'all to meet Ashley Abagaru, who's there in the back. She's the one who coordinates all that for Knowability. She's on Knowability's staff, and she is the one who made the appointments and recruited the people and assigned them to you to do your user studies. So Ashley, I hope you feel like your time and effort paid off. Did you hear all the comments about how much everybody learned from that experience? It really was. So those are the awards, y'all. And if we can, just one more time, thank everybody. Mentors, judges, guests. And I'm just close with a few announcements about Knowability's rest of the year. Well, it's a brand new year. So yeah, we've got a lot of activities coming up. We've got our 25th anniversary is February 3rd. We'll be officially 25 years old. And we've got a big fundraiser going. You can spread the word, help spread the word, and help us meet that goal, giving.knowbility.org. We've got a community program sponsor packet. If any of your companies are looking for a way to make a statement about their commitment to accessibility, they can download that sponsor packet there. And then Access U is coming up in May. And I know several of you have been to Access U. We'd love to have you come back again. Call for Papers is open now if you want to come and share maybe your experiences at AIR, or you can also attend or present online. We have a fully hybrid conference format. So Access U, were you going to say something?
Pricing goes up on the 23rd, so now's the time to buy.
Of the 23rd of what?
January.
Oh, January. Okay. And then, you know, I know you're ready to just jump back in and do this again. So AIR 2024 registration will open in June, and we hope to see you all again next year. And then I just have to say thanks one more time. I just really appreciate all of you.
Hey, Sharon, this is Jen.
Jen.
Hey, you guys are just amazing. Every single one of you, every single person who worked so tirelessly. I'm just so impressed. And I am so anxious to see these websites. So that was my question. Are we all going to get the links to the sites so we can ooh and ah and shower them with love with email and on their sites?
And we're going to have the little rotation start up again so you can at least see their home pages right now.
Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream. Life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. Well, that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser. Tried carrying the weight of the world, but I only have two hands. I hope I get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans. I wish that I could stay forever this young, not afraid to close my eyes. But life's a game made for everyone, and love is the prize. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser